What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the football capital.
We're back.
And we are back. About time. We can't promise you every week, but we're here. I had to get the recruits in. I had to see, the step ladder. I had to see what the top of the table was like.
It's hard, isn't it?
So I couldn't get Marty the Mariner because they're sitting at
we never need a Spurs perspective. Never.
No.
But guys, welcome back to another show. I do have, like always, the Aussie Gooner back again.
Always here, bro.
He's always here
you know
with
what I mean,
the
bro.
3 points this time around.
Bro, 3 point collector.
Manchester City, we haven't beat him since 2016. I
But
think
it's
it is.
done
but
now, bro. It's in the
dusted.
past. We're moving
That's
forward, bro.
Hey, Arteta, give him that new contract.
Bro.
How many? What did Rio say? Sign him up. How many zeros at the end? And we also got the man, the myth. Where has this guy
The
been?
star boy of the IFT. Recruited.
You know, it was
He
a free
signed on a dotted line, bro. It was a free fucking transfer, mate. Just big money per week.
free agent.
The boys are going to be cursing me. Out of retirement temporarily. I'm doing the opposite of a Hazard. I'm coming out at 35.
Look, we had
Coming
to
back in.
Look.
They gave you that deal, the Saudi deal.
A loan
Saudi
deal.
deal.
One night only. Huh?
Don't take it personal, but we wanted the star of the show.
There you go. We got Scotty Borg in the building.
Pleasure.
And he's happy this time around. He's been happy for too long. I've had enough.
No
I've
good?
had enough.
No good?
No
You don't like
good.
the smiles from Arsenal fans?
Nah, man.
No good?
Not when we're doing.
Yeah, but we're beating Manchester City for you, know?
Well, yeah, you couldn't do it last year.
We did this year for
You
you.
gave him the fucking
Aren't
treble.
you happy? We beat Manchester City 4 years.
Yeah,
huh?
but still
There you
early.
go, there you
No,
go.
I'm grateful.
I am very
You're
ungrateful.
damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I'm telling you, these Man United fans don't know what they want, man. Huh?
Mate,
3 points at the moment. 3 points and some new owners, boys.
oh, mate.
Mate, resurgence of some quality
New keeper
players.
maybe as well in the mix. I don't know. New midfielders, new defenders.
Don't
But
stop me.
boys, where do we go? Do we go top of the table first? Look, Spurs
Hey,
on goal difference.
hey,
City won the league on goal difference. So
Hey.
if you're first, you're first.
hey,
What do you reckon? Spurs, Ange Postecoglou,
hey.
the Aussie battler,
Well,
goes over to England and shows what everyone's about.
it's been bittersweet this season because
Yeah.
obviously step back from some of the IFT stuff where we're not running that at the moment. So I haven't had to put up too many cocky Spurs fans, but sitting back watching them, it's been a bittersweet season. Because putting things on the table, we all hate Spurs. I think even you hate Spurs, Butch. You're a good fella like that. None of us want to see Spurs lift a trophy. But I'm not going to lie, tiny part of me, I didn't want to see Ange Postecoglou be a failure. I didn't want to see an Aussie manager get that
Yeah,
chance
yeah.
at the top, at one of the bigger clubs, and fail. So I'm happy that Ange Postecoglou hasn't failed
Yeah, yeah.
because what they've done now, this is the pinnacle. He's let them taste the top of the table. Spurs fans will sign him up for the next 20 years.
Oh, mate,
Ange
he's
is good.
a legend. They're gonna build him a statue right now.
Big,
Right now.
big Ange statue.
I'm
We
telling
like
They're
you.
going to
It'll
need
be
a lot
Ange,
of concrete, mate.
They'll do Ange and they'll put a kangaroo behind him. That's typical English. They'll just put a
And
kangaroo there.
holding the koala.
I swear.
Yeah.
They're gonna they're gonna get rid of that chicken and they're gonna put a kangaroo right on top
They
of the
should.
I'm
That's
telling you,
They're
it's gonna be a
playing good
kangaroo.
ball.
That's a good
They're
proposal.
playing good ball, yeah. He's got.
Yeah,
We were
they
just
have
talking.
improved.
Yeah, and it's been an easier run. They've had an easier run in,
Yeah.
but there are no easy matches in this league.
No.
So even playing the newly promoted teams or teams at the bottom, there are no easy matches.
No.
So to be at the top, 8-9 rounds in, whatever it is, they'd be pretty happy.
Yeah. I mean, look, Steve's favorite player of all time
Yeah,
is absolutely killing it. Hammers Madison, mate.
the man.
What a signing!
I know. Hey, I mean, you got to give him credit. Like a guy who just couldn't
And
stand
be-
Spurs,
before-
and then
yeah, yeah.
he was giving him
Oh,
shit
yeah.
and everything,
He
and
has to,
and then he sells his soul and then goes over there and he's so happy to play for Tottenham now, just out of nowhere. I mean, it's not like he was
money
desperate.
talks, mate.
It's not money.
It was the championship or there. It was
Yeah,
going to be
exactly.
happy.
It's like he wasn't desperate or nothing. Nah.
But you know,
he
it's-
wanted to go to Spurs. Like if Man United came knocking on the door,
The two
he wouldn't have gone to Man United. But anyway, we won't get into that. We can't.
Madison, there you
But
go.
Madison has really.
Do you reckon so
completed
far
their
he's
midfield.
been maybe the player? I'll say player of the season, but I don't know
Nah.
who else we're throwing in there. The man on your back, because there's a shout for him too.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And we'll get into it the way he bodied early.
Yeah, Saliba, far out. Haaland's going to be calling him daddy.
Well,
Tell you what.
the birth certificates are being signed
that's it.
as we speak.
Look, there's been a few players. I think, bar his suspension, Rodri, I think he's had a pretty good season so far. They missed him against us, and we'll get there. Rodri, Maddison, Saliba. So far, anyone in your team standing out for you at the moment?
My team.
Onana or what?
Hey.
McTominay, bro.
No, he's not a new signing. I'm
mate.
not talking about the new signings.
Come on, bro.
No,
He's a new signing.
Madison has to be one of them. There you go. He's still got the season ticket.
Has he?
We should have. I'm telling you, we should have brought him ages ago when it was him and Sancho were going to come a couple of years ago. We should have got him.
Well, what do you make of this? Hold on. Ange to win the PL before Arteta.
Rami, get off the crack.
You're the.
I just let the cat out of the bag.
Nah.
Everyone knows now. He's on crack.
You never know, though, Steve.
No, I know he's on crack.
No. You never know. And gets the job done.
You know what? Look,
you can't have.
You
can't have less the season.
Anything can happen in the Premier League, right? But at the moment, they have been lucky. But you have to be lucky in the Premier League sometimes. You know what I mean? You have to be. So that's what it is.
But Rami's saying they're Højlund. I think not enough games, not enough time so far to see. We haven't seen much from him, to be honest. And I don't think he has a Premier League goal. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, he hasn't, but he's done it in Champions League.
3 goals in the Champions League, not in the Prem so far. I think one of the goals was disallowed, millimeters offside. He went out against, I think it was Palace.
We won't go there, hey?
It's out. There you go. Oh, mate. But look, Maddison, Spurs. You thought this season, Harry Kane leaving the club. You thought
the new goalkeeper. Have you?
Honestly, everyone was like, that was a laugh too.
Yeah,
like, who the hell is this guy?
You know what? I'll give him credit. That keeper has really, really turned a lot of heads. I've seen him, mate. The kind of saves that he's pulling off, a decent signing. Honestly,
and like you were saying, I know they've had on paper an easier run compared to a lot of the other teams, but the way they've won some of their games, that Sheffield United game, especially with the last minute winners, you thought, here we go. Spurs are going to do the whole Spursy thing again, but they didn't this time. Obviously, you could say lucky a little bit against Liverpool with the VAR decisions, the offside goal, the onside goal. I don't know. It looked tight.
The Jota cards.
It looked tight, mate. Like them Italian Kappa jerseys, mate. That's how tight it was, that call.
Jota cards.
Yeah, 9 men as well. 9 Liverpool, 9 men.
Players.
And we'll get to Liverpool soon as well. But Spurs, I know you guys don't want to talk about them. You know, you guys always say they're not in their sides.
They should be happy right now because of the style of football has completely changed. They're actually playing some football now. Some of these players have woken up. I mean, look, maybe Son isn't doing the best at the moment, but I think he's going to start maybe hitting the target eventually. Maddison has really hit the ground running. The goalkeeper, to be perfectly honest, is doing great. They've got that new left back. What's his name? Udogi, whatever his name is. But he's honestly he's showing really good promise at the moment. Spurs fans should be happy right now. They should be happy they got a good manager. They should be happy with the way that the team's progressing. You can't go. It couldn't have gone better for Spurs. The only thing now is they got to continue in the same fashion. If they don't, then it could all go to shit. So, you don't know what it's like to be there for a while. You don't know what it's like to win one.
We're 9 games in too, but I want to ask you boys, Harry Kane going, because I haven't talked to you guys. Yeah, I'm just coming back out of retirement for this loan
spell.
Yeah.
Are they a better team for having lost Kane? Or had they lost, if they'd have kept Kane, do you think Ange would have got even more than what we're seeing?
Ange would have got a lot
I think they're
more.
playing more team-based ball at
it's
the
hard.
moment.
It's hard to say though. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to say because he was the pivotal point every single week, Harry Kane, and if he wasn't getting the goals, no one else was. Yeah. You can make. There's an argument now that Son looks like he's the main man. He stepped up. He's getting the goals. But we've seen it when him and Kane. We've seen when him and Kane were playing together that he was getting them goals. Maybe it was only last season where he was missing for the majority of the season, but it's hard to say definitely that Kane staying, that you never know. They probably would have one of the draws that they had, maybe against Liverpool, he gets the winner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but they're one of the 2 teams that are going for the invincible run. So who's going to stop? Who's going to crack first, boys? Because Arsenal, when Spurs win,
it's called experience. You know what I mean?
The standard Arsenal post is when everyone has their loss, they post your little tiny gold trophy like that because it's not broken.
Is yours
Unlike-
gold?
Is yours gold?
Your one from the 20 cents machine, the one you turn at.
Is yours gold?
IGA.
Do you
Take it.
You take it,
mate? Come on.
anyway. But look, let's move on. I know some of the people mentioning Madison there as well, but look, what do you call it? Liverpool, and we'll throw Chelsea in the mix as well. These are the two teams that I said I don't know. Liverpool, they didn't make that decent signings at the time when we did our season preview. Again, Liverpool looking a little bit dangerous. And then it was almost on the flip side where Chelsea was like, look at the plays they're buying. We need to watch out. And their start to the season has absolutely been horrible. But I think they're kind of now picking up that momentum just in time because they got you guys next at the bridge. Not that that means anything. You guys have their number. But I think if you look at Poch's managerial record, it's always been, I think he's always had a kind of a slow start. When he's gone to clubs, maybe this is where they kick into gear and Chelsea start climbing and getting some of them points. But we'll go on Liverpool first. Their front line still looks good. They're getting the goals. Their disciplinary record has been horrible, man. I think they've been getting red cards every single week. It looks like it.
Yeah.
McAllister, for me, was a signing who was meant to really kind of step in and be that main go-to guy in the middle of the park.
He's a sort of shadow at the moment, a little bit.
He's just not looking.
Yeah.
He's not looking like what I expected. And it looked like a bargain signing when they got him. And financially in the market, it looked good. But the market doesn't matter and the finances don't matter. It's what's happening on the pitch. They're, for me, not controlling games in the middle of the park. They need those guys in the middle to really step up. I don't know if Klopp knows his best lineup at the moment, and I think we're seeing that with Liverpool.
Do you think that that Lavia, moving on Lavia and actually trying to sign this player could have completed their midfield?
But Lavia's even injured now, though.
I know.
He's picked up some sort of injury. He's been out for a while.
If let's say they had have signed Lavia, and of course hindsight's
You
a
don't know.
wonderful
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
He's injured. If he wasn't injured, would a
Possibly.
player like Lavia,
Maybe
with Jurgen Klopp,
you give it a bit more balance. You probably say there's a little bit more balance in there. But Soboslai, I think he's been fantastic for them. And then the last minute kind of buy with Gravenberch, I go, I'm burning. They got Gravenberch. He's burning Soboslai. Like that midfield could have saved us, to be honest. I don't think we're in for Soboslai, but definitely Gravenberch. But I think slowly, if they stop getting players suspended, and they have a season where they don't get a lot of their players injured, which I don't think they have. I don't think they really have got players out. In saying that, I think they do need to go in January and get us another centre back, maybe to help out Van Dijk a little bit, because again, I think on the weekend you see a bit of the problems there. I think McAllister, even you're talking about the midfield, they played Brighton and he thought he was still playing for him.
Yeah.
But look, I think Liverpool are still strong, man, and fuck, it might have to be City for the 4 in a row to stop Liverpool.
I think Liverpool are missing about 3 or 4 players right now to really complete that team. They're gonna need. Look, Virgil van Dijk, great centre back, but he's never had a real good partner, and he's been thrown under the bus. They need to go and recruit a decent centre back to sit next to Virg, because I think Virg is starting to burn out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I think that big Virg is always here to save us. That's sooner or later that ship is going to sail, and then you're going to need 2 quality centre backs. And then what? Now with Virg, you get that drive, you get that passion, you get the guy to look out when things are going wrong. And if it continues to go in this fashion with the partners that he keeps getting, it's not going to look good for him. I think honestly, big Virg, maybe a number 6 would be great for them. I think 2 centre backs would be wonderful. Yeah. For them right now.
To be honest, like, where are the Liverpool fans that are saying this Van Dijk was like Ballon d'Or contender, the best world class, generational,
come on, man,
better than Rio, better than this guy, better than that guy.
Than
Terry,
better than Rio,
did it for
everyone.
one season, and then but now he could go to ACL. Well, it looks like he's completely pivoted off the.
Is this not typical football, modern football fan? Like,
yeah,
I heard some big shouts about Martinez last season.
Which one?
The Butcher.
Oh yeah, but he's been
things about the Butcher.
He's been probably our best player since he's come in. To be honest,
we're all guilty of it. I've got Arsenal fans still trying to tell me that Kai Havertz is a generational talent that Arteta's unlocking. Like,
What generation?
yeah,
I'm trying to figure out what generation that'd have to be, because not my generation.
Clearly not mine.
Yeah, but at least with Van Dijk, there's something there. Like
100%.
the season when they won the
Yeah.
Champions League, the Premier League, you can see he like that rubbish stat. He hasn't been dribbled past by anyone, whatever, and then Rashford knocks him on his ass. But like just things like that. You know what I mean? It's like we can see that he's a good player. With everyone else, with your Martinez, I think it's more of it's refreshing to see a player that's just willing to play with all his heart.
Yeah.
And then you got like, Kai Havertz, we just don't know. Let's not even go there.
Let's just, man, look.
Maybe.
But look, look.
Yeah, Kai Havertz.
Where do you think? Look, there's not how many games? We're 8 games in.
Yeah, match week 9.
Where do you reckon Liverpool end up roughly at the moment where they are, the way they're going at the moment? Let's just say they get in another centre back, maybe possibly another midfielder in the window.
4th, 5th.
Champions League position. I think is there 5 Champions League positions this time?
Yeah.
We're gonna need it.
Yeah, 4th.
We're gonna need it.
4th, 5th. Yeah, I think
At
so.
the moment,
Easily.
The Hurricanes are coming in, by the way, lads.
Air conditioning, we're loving it.
But let's
right?
go.
Like,
Let's move on to Chelsea, who have been struggling at the start of the season with the billions of dollars they spent. You thought, here we go, they're going to be up there to maybe even contend.
These guys bought a small country.
Yeah.
And right now they still, I swear they still can't play some football.
Rami reckons the top 4's done already. Who's the top 4? Spurs, Arsenal, City, Liverpool. Is Liverpool who's in 4th?
City, definitely. Actually, you can't even say definitely because anything could happen. But Spurs, Arsenal, City. Who's the 4th? I don't know if there's been another team that I'm confident in.
Oh, Liverpool. Yeah, you're right. It's Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Villa.
And you can't discredit Newcastle. Newcastle have shown that they've still got
against PSG.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
That was demo, man. That was a demo job. But then what happened on the weekend?
2-2, yeah.
Yeah,
West
you know
Ham. Boys there.
From here.
Well, this is what happens when you're versing the Conference League champions of the world.
Magic.
Boys magic. But top 4, Rami reckons it's kind of them teams are confirmed. Let's hope not, bro, because it is top 5. So Villa have got that 5th Champions League spot.
Chelsea is still on page 2 on the Premier League website.
Yeah, we're just hanging in.
Where are you?
You guys are still relevant.
You
guys are still there. Look on page 1.
Yeah, page 1.
His phone data's gone.
No, page 1. We're still good.
He kept on trying to refresh it and just went page 2.
Chelsea, the one chant club. What are we saying? What are we thinking, boys? Because how's RJ? What's he thinking about his club? Because they got in Poch. They sacked his Lampard a few times now. They've got to bring him back.
Coming back.
Look, he's not wanting to talk too much Chelsea at the moment. Understandably so, but they're our next fixture. I know it's not a preview show, but the last couple of matches to them, just looking like something may be starting to click.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer for me,
is
a player who can really make a difference.
Do you think City should have kept him with Gundogan going, and who else? I know Silva has gone the year before.
I think Pep's made some mistakes this season. I actually feel like City are,
because every time he's come on, sorry to cut you off. Every time he's come on, he's looked good for City.
Yeah.
We've always said this kid come on in the big games as well, and he's made a difference. It's interesting why. I know it's hard because it's him as a player looking at it, saying, "Look who's in front of me." Bernardo Silva's. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne is out now, and they had Rico Lewis against you guys in the midfield the other day. So it's like, would that be an opportunity for him? But then you can't predict injuries. You can't predict any of that. So
Pep looks like the kind of person who seems to want more established players now. The younger players aren't really getting a look in unless it's like last ditch. So it's not like your Liverpools, your Arsenal, where a younger player can come in and make a name for themselves. I think Manchester City, you're established, you come in, we're a machine, we want to stay that good. And yes, we've got youth, and if we get desperate, we'll use them. So I don't know, a young player at Manchester City, I don't think he's ever going to get game time.
Yeah, but Rico Lewis has how old is he?
But that was because it's all gone wrong.
Though. That force,
that's because his hand got forced and he had no really other.
Yeah, but if he has Cole Palmer there, that's what I'm trying to get
it's
at.
all if buts and maybes. A young player needs minutes to develop. You can't just wait on these, scraps.
And Palmer is of the quality now where he knows he could go somewhere else and play a role. So you got to think of it from the player's side too. You don't want a bad apple in the dressing room as well who's discontent and that spreads. I think Pep's the kind who doesn't take any BS. If you don't want to be here, if you don't want to wait in line, I'll take the money from Chelsea. See ya. And I think Cole Palmer's a player who is going to really be in that Foden mold. he's going to become a pivotal point of Chelsea's attack. For me, for the foreseeable future, he's a player who really is going to set in. Mudryk, we all know about his start, but even on the ball, he's shown enough flashes that all jokes aside, he's not a rubbish player. He's not a rubbish player. And I think once these guys start to click, they're really going to click. To me, it's more about their defense. Like, you can't count on Reece James anymore with his injury record. Chilwell's been playing on the left wing, left back. Like, I just don't think Poch knows his best defense yet, but the attack's starting to look a bit more dangerous.
Yeah. Look, Rami was just mentioned Phil Foden, but I think Phil Foden is a little bit different to Palmer, where he's kind of been there, done that, really, where Palmer has come in a few times and he has impressed. And I think this could have been his chance. But look, he's done well for Chelsea. He's done well. I mean, especially in the last couple of games.
It's going to take time.
It will. But how much time do you... I'm not saying him. I'm just saying as the whole squad together, even Poch, because if they don't get that result against Fulham, if they don't get the result now on the weekend against Burnley, which was, all right, the teams that you're playing, Fulham's actually not too bad, but Burnley, I don't think they've got have they won this year?
They won one game.
They won one game. Surprised it's not
that was the game before, too.
Oh, okay.
They were in form.
But even that, like how many, they had 9 games or 8 games they've played, and even the cup games as well, where it hasn't really been too flashy from Chelsea. It could have been moments there where a lot of Chelsea fans were already sick of Poch.
I think a lot of Chelsea fans right now are quiet, rightfully so. They're kind of sitting there right now and hoping.
It's just like, oh, this again.
Yeah, it's like we've got a new manager. We've got all these decent players. It's not coming together. What do we say? What do we do? We say nothing and we wait and hope and pray that it comes good, because they've got the players, they've got the personnel, they've got a manager who's been
pedigree
of a pedigree, who's done well in the Premier League. Yes, he hasn't won anything, but he played some quality football with Tottenham. He's done well at Paris Saint-Germain. Now he's over at Chelsea with a decent squad, with an owner who's spending money
in a league he knows.
Spending money, you reckon, just a little bit.
He's throwing money everywhere. And with
financially doping there, these guys.
You look at a squad like that on paper, you say, wow, but in actual reality, it's just not clicking. So if and when it does click, a lot of Premier League teams are going to be worried. But right now, Arsenal Football Club, Liverpool and all that, we're just looking at this win against Burnley saying, yeah, cool story. Nice. It is Burnley, but let's see you do it again next game.
Yeah,
and the next game now.
Yeah, the next game, but the last couple of games, you're saying do it against this team. One player that has been doing it is Sterling, and he's copped the criticism last season a little bit, maybe at the start of this season, but he looks like he's kicked into gear in some of the goals that he scored. And I know it's only Fulham, it's only Burnley, it's only these.
It doesn't matter who it is, it's goal.
Yeah, but just his performances and that level that he's stepping up to, it's a little bit like that Manchester City Sterling that we've seen, and even. You don't reckon?
He was always more. I feel he was always more consistent at City. Like Chelsea, I mean, he banged in that hat trick earlier in the season, and I'm just talking from an FPL perspective now. I went, nah, this guy's going to cook. I'm drafting.
How many?
I'm bringing him in. I bring him in. He blanks for multiple weeks. Then he scores. It's kind of like up, down. I think if he can hit that consistency,
Chelsea squad though, right now, a lot of players are struggling though. Like not just Raheem Sterling. We've got players like Enzo Fernandez is looking like a bit of a shadow of his former self. We got a lot of players.
I don't think so, mate. Not Enzo.
No, I don't think he's looking
there could be some problems around. This is a good comment from Tom here.
What do we got?
He goes, Chelsea's problem arrives when a player wants out and Todd says, nope, we've got you for another 6 years. These long contracts that financially they need to do to work with FFP. But this could be a problem, like the dressing room, the contract. You might even have players that you want to sell, feel like the Maguire situation, but they don't want to leave their cushy wages.
Exactly.
I can take these wages for 6 more years, or I can go somewhere else. You know what I mean?
But if you don't want the play, you just pay him out. I know it's going to cost a bit, but you get him off the books.
Does pay him out on an 8-year contract?
Yeah,
though.
8 years. But I'm talking about Harry. Harry, they would have had to pay $7 million and could have got rid of him. But
that's massive if you're going to pay out all these contracts. I mean, then there's
death row contracts.
It's all over. So. If you're Chelsea Football Club right now is in turmoil, has been for a while. Are they back? I'm not certain.
Not yet.
We need to see more. Like it's a great victory. it's going to inspire some sort of faith and belief in the
I
club
have
from
to
the fans, but still not
clip
enough.
that bit up when Raheem scores 1. They're not back yet.
Oh, I'll
2.
put him back in
Well, then I'll
FPL.
No,
back it.
Raheem Sterling. I'll rate Raheem
Next week,
Sterling.
next week.
You know, I always rate
Next
Raheem
week
Sterling.
against the
Next week when they lose in the bridge again, you know, again to the Gunners, again
I'm nervous.
about.
I'm just, there's
Get
just
out of
something
here.
about, I'm nervous.
I'm just something.
Oh,
I'm nervous.
No, I
ain't
think we'll
nervous,
take
ain't
the 3
phased.
points, but I don't
We
think
will
it'll be
take
a
the
walk.
3 points.
It's
That's what
not gonna be a
happens.
walk in the
We go
park.
to the bridge. We take 3 points. That's what we do. We just go there, collect our 3 points, and go home. Not mucking around,
Damo
bro.
reckons-
Maybe stop at the pub for a beer. That's it. No.
Damo reckons that none of the Chelsea players have heart. They won't make top 4.
Well, Damo could say that because I mean he knows his Liverpool team fought a friggin' a 9-man Liverpool team almost beat Spurs. You got to give him credit.
Well, when you sign a squad of passion merchants, what do you expect?
Hey,
And the hurricanes coming through,
it's all right.
Good, we'll take it. We'll take it.
that climate. So
If you don't
So
believe
Chelsea-
it, check out the jerseys in the back. They're swaying, they're
They're
moving,
swaying.
but we're still here.
but look, Chelsea, yeah, big test now up against Arsenal in the next game after the international break. Let's see what the ex-Spurs manager can do at the bridge against you boys. It's going to be a tricky one. I mean, how's the injury to Saka? It looks like he'll be back for the next one, or not really?
Saka doesn't get injured by the looks of it, man. The guy looks like a robot.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll be back.
He'll be back starting.
I think he's
Ready to
starting,
go.
and I think there's been a bit of a chat between him and Arteta, and he's not going to be in the England squad.
You know,
Oh, no,
apparently
of course.
when the medical team assessed him and then sent him back. So, but I'm sure Arteta wouldn't have wanted him there in the first place.
Yeah,
So
not now.
fingers crossed. It was more we want you fit for Arsenal,
Yeah.
so rest.
Yeah, so hopefully we can play Chelsea with a full squad.
Yeah,
Thomas Partey.
Rob's there saying that they're run now because
They're
we're talking about how Spurs and I think Chelsea was the other one where they had a bit of easy fixtures, and now apparently they got some heavy hitters coming up. So, but if they can get through them few fixtures, they're in business, man. And I know they
Yeah.
got some big 6-pointers there for the mid-table clashes, maybe us as well somewhere. But yeah, look, let's move on. Where do we go now, boys?
Let's
We
go
go.
to your boy.
I think we go to Man United.
Yeah,
Nah.
I think we have to go to Manchester.
McTominay,
We need to go to the biggest club in Manchester.
8-year contract.
Where's
Sign him up.
his father? His father Tom's in the chat. Has been in the chat all day.
McTominay back. McTominay here to prove himself. McTominay, Manchester United, saviour.
Hey, at least he's contributed. Like all jokes
Captain
aside, I know
fantastic.
he cops crap, but he's given him. He's added 3 points.
He's
lot of
he's
players
got
haven't
passion,
done
eh?
that.
He's got
Yeah.
passion. This guy loves his club. Like,
Passion
seriously, he loves his
merchants.
club.
Look,
He,
Rob-
Passion.
Rob
loves
is tuning out. He said,
Yeah, but
Rob's gone.
Rob's gone. But yeah, man. What do I want me to say? I don't know. I got
Any,
nothing to say.
any Man United kits with McTominay on the back?
Yeah.
Any future
There's
Man
no
United kits
Man
with
United
McTominay
kit.
kits on the
Rami's
back?
Rami's out as well. I don't know, boys. I don't know where we go from this. But you're saying contribution. I mean, that midfield of that Chelsea got that's costing I don't know how much millions.
Money mount.
But that midfield at Chelsea, Maguire and Evans have got more assists than them three in the mid. So not bad. Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans in the back, they got more assists than that Chelsea midfield of Enzo and all the boys. But
Discounted, mate.
discounted
Discounted.
prices,
Why
see.
pay top dollar?
what do
when
you
can
mean?
get
Now
a-
Harry Maguire's going to get sold for another 80 for that
Straight
assist.
to Chelsea.
Mate, why not? Why not? They need someone in the back there.
I want to ask you because I haven't chatted too much this season. It was nice to see you tonight, man. Our eyes linked. It was a beautiful moment. Had a bit of a hug. But I haven't talked to you about Manchester United this season.
Mate.
There's obviously always going to be the discontent about your owners until that happens.
Never ending story.
As I said to you, you're one of the real ones. You stick to your case on that. But at the moment, you've got Ten Hag in, who universally your fans, everyone seems to have faith in this guy. He had control over a lot of your signings. I mean, it's not Football Manager. We're not all Chelsea.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
brought in some players that he wanted. The team's starting to take on the shape that Ten Hag wants. Are you happy with the way the squad's looking, and are you happy with the results at the moment?
Look, in a way, you can say that he has control of the signings that he wanted, but then at the same time, he wanted that Kim Min Jae from Napoli. The owners stalled when the window opened. Bayern just gave the buyout clause and
Bang.
took him. There was a few more players, like even back in the last season, when he wanted Gakpo, they didn't get it over the line. Even the whole Anthony thing, where
Timber.
when they wanted him for 50 million, they lagged it, they stalled it, then they paid for they had to wait and pay 80. So it's just like who is actually controlling the transfers? Are they how long were we chasing De Jong for? That was another one, and then we didn't get De Jong. We ended up going with Casemiro. Not that's a bad trade-off, but maybe in the if you look at the style of play, De Jong probably fits a criteria a little bit more. It's a hard one. I said I was the first ones maybe to say that get Ten Hag in, right? But the whole thing was we needed to keep Ralph. Just because Ralph came out and told the truth, and this is not just a fix a little band-aid solution. It's an operation. You need surgery. You need 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 players. That's what he said. And obviously the club weren't happy with that. And they got mutual agreement. Let's just say, put it that way. Yeah. But I think if Ralph stayed again and was upstairs, like football or the consultant role where they look at him and they have, which players should we bring in? Because you look at the players that he's identified and come through at Salzburg, Leipzig, all these players, some big names, right? And him with Ten Hag and maybe someone like Paul Mitchell, which hopefully there's rumors they might be getting him in to play a big part in that recruitment role, which like you look at the recruitment, is it Ten Hag? Is it the criteria is if he's played in Holland or he played for Ajax? He's that player, or he's some way linked to the Eredivisie. Yeah, he's in the league or something. It just I don't know. A lot of it still doesn't make sense. But this season, when you needed to get maybe another defender, maybe you need to get a midfielder, you brought in Mason Mount as a first signing. If you brought him in towards the end of the window as like maybe a backup option, yeah. But it wasn't. It was a number. It was that was Ten Hag.
That was him. That's what he wanted.
Well, you think so?
You're presuming.
I'm saying that's what I said. You're bringing him as your first signing. Did you really need him? It throws off the balance. Is he the same? Is
it his signing?
It is his signing. Who else is it going to be? You bought him. Yeah. You wanted him. It was your first signing, 60 million.
In there saying we need to bring
Mason Mount. Exactly.
If Ten Hag didn't want Mount, he's not getting Mount.
But the balance, he's throwing out the balance now because now you're trying to shoehorn Mason Mount and Bruno. Oh, let's throw Bruno out wide. Mason's in the middle. Then you rotate. Inverted fucking center mids now is creating his own fucking formations. Inverted benches. It's a bit, mediocre. And I said it to Steve at the start of the season. Watching preseason, I said, we're not ready. We are not ready for this season. And like what I criticize Ten Hag on this season is the team selection. Like, you look at the plays, the first team preseason, right? You play your strongest team, and then you play your string, the second team, right? But every time we played the second team in preseason, we played better football. Against Arsenal when we beat you guys, we played Sancho as a 9, Martial, all these guys that technical, knew how to keep the ball, bit of flair. Your Palestris, your Diallos, Kobe Mainus, these players. That's when United were playing better. Then Bruno, Rashford, Eriksen, all these guys come in and we're falling apart.
Issue? Like I look, and I'm trying not to talk shit. Like this is me legitimately trying to be neutral. I look at Manchester United. I'm like, when I see these names, there's plenty of quality there. There are names that I see. I'm like, yep, good player. I look at the coach on it, good coach, good manager. What? Is it around hunger, like you're saying, when these kind of second string guys were coming in?
Possibly.
They looked better. Is it that guys like Bruno and Sancho and maybe even now Rashford, who hasn't hit the heights of last season, albeit he was peaking.
100%.
Is it a bit of complacency? Like Bruno knows he's going to start every game.
Yeah.
Onana now has come in. He knows he's going to start. Like he's number one. Is it a bit of complacency in that squad? You got the Sancho issue too.
Yeah. Look, I think that all kind of blends in with each other with the whole Sancho situation now. Yeah, Sancho could just say, "I'm sorry," even if he doesn't mean it, and then he starts playing. Because that right hand side at the moment, that right wing, they all might be ending up at another wing. Yeah, soon that right hand side. I don't know which wing, but not the right one. And there's his opportunity. His opportunity was there to take, but he does. Whatever the problem is, he's not trying to resolve it. Now, there could be bits and pieces of the dressing room where he might be losing the dressing room. So again, like I said, everyone praising these guys when we're in Melbourne for preseason. Yeah, hugging, kissing. These are the guys that threw us under the bus.
Pictures and signatures.
These are the players that threw the manager and past managers under the bus, the same players, and they're going to do it again. And what are they doing now? It's the same thing. And so if you're not playing for the manager, you're taking Sancho's side instead of the manager's side instead of playing as a team. Now, on your point with that comfort, now if you take Bruno and Rashford should be dropped, but now you drop them, then it becomes a Bruno, Rashford,
Sancho.
Harry Maguire, Sancho. The groups start getting bigger, and what they're going to do, they're going to throw the manager out because they're going to sit back. Sancho's probably thinking, I'm just going to wait it out. I'll play in the under 21s. Eventually, he's gonna get sacked before I leave or whatever I might be, and then I'll get back into the team with the next manager that comes in.
Hey, you got to finally admit I was right on Sancho. All you boys on IT last season.
But why? Because he's not playing.
Why isn't he playing?
Exactly why. If it's his attitude, it's got nothing to do with his footballing ability. That's his own issue that he has. When he came in, he was meant to be the marquee signing. He was meant to, but then what happened? What happened? They signed Ronaldo. They gave Ronaldo the number 7. How many times did Oli keep him on the bench? We're playing against Everton. We need a goal. Ronaldo and Sancho are on the bench. Do you know what I mean? There was times where I'm not gonna. It's been now hard that to this point. It's been hard to try back him up because the performances that he's put in haven't really been up there. Yeah,
he's not worth.
But then you got to combine that with the opportunities that we really had. Oh, he's had this many appearances, yeah, but how much is that coming off the bench for the last 10? How much is that has been this game here and not playing for 2 games? I think it's been. I agree with you. I can see, but not the whole way where he's flopped. In a way, yes, you can say he has, but I think that
signing slopped, but the player's
ability is still there. But then the combination with the managers that's come in, Oli, Ralph, Carrick, Ten Hag, then he's gone away. Remember, for 3 months was in like mental health issues. He went in Holland. Yep. So whatever the situation may be, man, with Sancho. But on that, other players comfortable, yes. But I think the manager is looking back. He goes, if I bench him, even though we might play better and we might get more results, get more goals, that it could mean that my job's on the line. But then, looking at it from maybe the outside, it's like, oh, he doesn't got the balls to do it. But then when he does it, then he loses the dressing room even more, and then he's out. So it's a 50-50 one. So he goes, let me try keep the balance. Rami saying there, David De Gea coming back. De Gea needs to pack his shit up and leave, go anywhere, bro.
Onana has not earned you
doesn't matter.
Point more than you would have got.
That doesn't justify. It doesn't justify De Gea staying or keeping him.
I would argue, you would probably have more points
with De Gea right now. I'd agree.
Onana,
you'd be in a better position right now.
Hold on.
Would you not be? Would you not be in a better position right now with De Gea?
No, I'll tell you why.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Onana hasn't played with the same centre backs twice this season. Johnny Evans, Harry Maguire. Someone mentioned back then, Leicester centre backs. This is who he's playing with. Delo 1 week, Wan-Bissaka the next week. Martinez is out now. Serge Reguilon has come in now. Amrabat's playing. Who the fuck's his backline? I understand.
He has made individual errors like his own. He's made errors.
He has made his errors. But why? Because the players in front of him are not cleaning up, are not picking up, are losing ball, giving possession away. All right, it doesn't excuse the little flappy fucking gingerbread breadstick hands that he has. Doesn't excuse exactly.
It's a bit,
but at the same time, it doesn't justify David De Gea being here. No, because what happened against Arsenal? Fred steps on his foot. Emil Smith-Rowe scores, or Odegaard, can't remember who it was.
He tried to milk a foul.
Oh, he's milking a foul against West Ham. What did he do? Oh, from halfway.
But not playing for the same back four, like.
I think it does
fundamental technique, or it could be confidence. He's obviously got great goalkeeping technique. He wouldn't have made it where he is. But
look, I'm not backing him. I'm not saying Onana's been crazy or like
he's been crazy.
Yeah,
not
in a bad way.
Game 1 against Wolves, off the top rope against Wolves in the first game. 97th minute, off the top rope against Wolves, but. yeah, look, there's a conversation to be had, even with Onana. Do you drop him now and put our Turkish goalkeeper in?
I wouldn't. See, that's the thing. Drop it. No,
But
I wouldn't. No,
I wouldn't
no,
say-
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
To be honest,
No, I wouldn't.
Steve,
I actually wouldn't. Even though he's playing a bit, how you going? I wouldn't. Not so early. No way. Come on.
'Cause you look-
He's
look,
just
let me-
walked into this team, right? He's just walked into this team, and to drop him now this early, there are other players on that pitch that should be fucking dropping for Onana, right?
Yeah,
So,
but look at it this
nah.
way. We're looking at the mistake on the weekend, but he didn't cost us the game. We ended up winning it. So in you know what I mean? You
Had
like
McTominay not saved your ass.
yeah, but there you go. So now that went from a mistake that he's made a mistake that has costed you, but he hasn't. We got all 3 points now. So that mistake has saved him as well in a way. So when you're looking back at the season, where he's made the mistakes, you can say you're last in the Champions League group because that first goal against Bayern, Sané's one again, same thing. Yeah, that could cost us making it progressing into the round of 16, right? But then again, there was a lot more goals. We go on and typical United, we score a goal, we get back into the game, that capitulate and
Yeah.
not focus, we go cop a goal. We get back into the game again, we go cop a goal. The same thing that happened against you guys. Off the kickoff, Rashford, fantastic.
20 minutes.
I don't know who, Saka, whatever it might be, whoever, Odegaard.
20 minutes of fantastic.
Back
and then the rest of the game
into
goes
the back
to
of the net.
shit.
But that's what happens. It happened to you guys against Spurs as well. When you're not focused,
Yeah.
when you
still celebrating,
you're
and
still
Maddison's
celebrating.
gone and-
All right, celebrate the goal. It's a rivalry. It's a derby.
Pull your head in. Let's
Get
keep
back
going.
in.
Go again. Go again.
Back in the day, they used to when the players used to celebrate. There used to be that one nutter. All right, boys, yeah, we won.
Go
Yeah,
again.
let's go again.
Go again.
Losing
Yeah.
it. These guys fucking.
I mean, you don't have that character anymore, like that.
But that's what I mean. Back in the
you need
yeah,
a bit.
yeah.
No, you're
Sorry,
right,
mate,
you're
sorry.
good.
I was
gonna
gonna-
wear the
I was
big
gonna.
club
I thought you're gonna have the gold patches this season. Unfortunately,
I'd already ordered it.
unfortunately.
But,
Oh, I mean, I can get a uniform now and we can be in sync, but we
Yeah,
don't do that.
but you know what? I actually disagree. We won't go too much further on Onana, but I disagree with you, Steve, saying you wouldn't drop him.
I would.
And to me, the Premier League is cutthroat. There is pressure. At this point, there is the most pressure on Ten Hag than he's had at any other point in his tenure at Manchester United.
Yes.
He dropped Sancho because of the attitude and to send a message to the dressing room that, hey, I'm the gaffer, you do it my way. You're not going to apologize later.
Yeah.
The
But
aircon.
that breeze that just blowed through, that will cause a threat to Onana. That will blow a ball past him.
That's our
He's
backline too,
costing
bro.
you-
That's
He's
our backline.
costing
That's your
you
backline.
points.
He's
And while he has cost you points, and while he's costing points, and he's not the only one.
which games has it cost us the point?
But look,
Guys in the chat, I know Tom knows for sure. Which game has Onana cost us 3 points or a draw or something?
guys in the chat, do me a favor.
Get-
Share the link to this show and get it out there.
Hey,
I want more people.
Pay your
to
rent.
like.
Hit that like button. Pay
like.
your rent. Pay
The
your
like,
rent.
Just a little bit, just a little
But
bit.
no, it's like
Smash the likes.
I don't disagree with you. He's made mistakes, but have they cost us points? Like he's made the mistake, but we did it. Okay.
But they have in the Champions League. So
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
What was our
I'm not
second
just doing
game?
Premier League, like-
Copenhagen. Who do we play?
No matter where
Galatasaray.
you lose,
Galatasaray as well.
the pressure's up
You're right,
on
but this is
the
what I
team.
mean.
Galatasaray was fucking
Again, the same thing. Galatasaray. You're right. I agree.
shambolic at that game.
But if that ends us, if
Spurs, yeah, against
what happened against Spurs? Yeah, I know Bayern, but Bayern's in the Champions League.
Bayern, but
If we get
still.
knocked out, then yeah, he's cost
Tom-
us.
yeah.
What was Tom
I'm
saying?
saying he's wiped it from his memory.
Oh, Tom. So,
no
yeah.
matter where you lose, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, every loss right now while you guys are in a rut,
Oh yeah, that
turns
fucking
the heat up
Spurs.
a little bit more.
Who chipped
turns
him, bro?
the
Who
heat
scored
up,
it? Who
yeah.
scored against us? Was that
Oh,
Son?
that's right. Yeah, it
He
was. a
sat
big
down a
chip.
little bit earlier.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, it was
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I remember in the chat.
Look,
But we're honking, bro. Usually I can't. Every time there's an international break, I am cursing. I couldn't wait for this one. I go, we need an international break.
Is it-
We need the transfer window to open up. But look, at the moment, everyone's heads on the chopping block, bro. Even the manager, like I don't. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one because like even with Ten Hag, you don't want to be this thing where you're chopping and changing managers, right? Do you stick it out the bad times? You stick it out. He won us a trophy last season. We saw some decent football again last season. We literally beat every big team at home besides Chelsea. We think we beat Chelsea as well. It was just our away form. We beat you guys We beat you guys
But
at
the
home.
thing is, Borch, I know what you're
Last
saying.
last
but
season.
When you agree,
So, look,
has he not changed his? It feels like he's changed his style.
Yeah, because he
compared
doesn't
to-
got the players, bro.
Compared to
He
last
doesn't-
season, I remember we were
but
watching.
he doesn't have the players.
Southampton.
But then again,
It was a different. It was a different
think-
Man
I think
United
we-
back then to now. Like the style is fucking. Oh,
but it
what's
was
your
all
style?
right. It was all right. Look, and this I'll go back when everyone complained about the injuries for Liverpool. They were every time they complained, after they won the league, now they're losing all these games. We got injuries, Van Dijk, this guy. We've got so many players out, like 16. It's a whole nother starting lineup.
Yeah.
Even Heaton was out at one stage where he couldn't play as a backup. We had another 11 players out where you could make another squad, and we don't have them players. Now, is it a thing of, all right, give him the chance when he gets the players back? It is another thing. We ended up getting your fucking doctor. Arsenal's injury record hasn't been the best.
That is awesome.
That's why you got rid of him.
You know, Alex Koskelaine, Chamberlain, Wilshere, Ramsey. It was all him keeping them going.
That is the equivalent.
Going in the massage. See, these guys have done it.
That signing is the equivalent of Steve signing me as his dietitian. It's not going to work, huh?
But bro, you never know.
Steve's going to
You never know.
Contract offer.
It's like we went and got the Chelsea set piece coach, conceded at every corner.
Every corner.
We conceded when we had a corner and haven't scored a free kick since.
What do you consider when you had a corner? When did it?
Everton.
Oh yes,
Bro, Everton, and then hit the Sue on us.
Oh no,
Tearing me.
it was a dodgy one too.
Yeah.
Listen, this Manchester United talks.
But look,
Butch.
man.
Should we move to happier?
Should we go to better places?
Where are we going?
To the Emirates Stadium,
I
mate.
think we have to
Emirates.
go. I think we have to go to North London.
I'm sick of this.
I think we should go to North London.
This mid-table
talk
chat. Let's get
Arsenal.
out of here. Mid-table chat. Scotty, grab the bottle job there.
This one, here you go, mate.
Give me this.
Bottle away.
Boys, Arsenal won. City nil. City nil. Erling Haaland got bodied.
Erling Haaland's a speed
Late. Another
Run over
deflected
my
goal.
train.
Another deflected goal from Arsenal. They can't shoot
It
properly.
wasn't deflected. What it was is
No,
we
no,
were using.
Ake thought he played for you guys.
We needed Ake's head to get this ball on target. So what happened was Martinelli looked and said, "Your fat head is going to be a perfect lamppost." Remember Giroud? We used to do that with him. We just did it with Ake.
Don't care if it's deflected.
Goal is a goal. 3 points is 3 points.
Beating City. Getting that
Finally.
kind of monkey off our back.
Wow.
Fantastic for us. To me, it was a statement win. It's a win that's going to put a lot of belief in the squad, the staff.
Over celebrating these guys, eh?
Not over
The
celebrating.
celebration police are back.
Mate, last season, I think a lot.
Not me. I'll
No,
say
no,
celebrate.
yeah,
I was saying celebrate. I'm just saying.
We copped it last season because I think we all started to believe
Yeah.
late on, and that's why I'm like, I see Spurs fans getting caught in the hype.
They get caught in a hype when they're 6, they're going to win the league.
Just-
Relax.
I'm enjoying
enjoy
it at
it.
the moment, but I'm not getting carried away. We're playing good football. We're still undefeated in the league. I'm stoked about that.
I still don't think you guys have played better football than last season, in my opinion. I don't think last season there was a lot of times when you played some brilliant stuff. This year, I'm like, it hasn't really been the best. Results you're getting there. Again, yes, injuries, you have mix and match with the front line. You know, Jesus was injured a bit, like straight away, literally, when we at the start of the year.
Yeah. Havertz was
Havertz there,
starting.
Party here
Trossard
and
was a
there.
false nine
And then when Rice gets injured in the derby, North London derby, did he have to come off? Went off, or and then look, recruitment maybe was Timber as well. Timber's another one where
It's massive.
Done for the season.
Yeah.
he's not, is he?
ACL.
I heard he's coming back in 3 months from League Ghana.
Would be lovely.
You gonna believe Lee Gunner?
I don't know, they're in the nose.
Yeah, here we go,
in
bro.
the nose.
Yeah, top
I
gooner.
don't know if that's my source.
Top gooner, bro. Top gooner.
But what do you call it? Injuries galore. Oh, I'll say galore, but like in patches and main players as well. Obviously, Saka being injured now, which shows that hey, you guys can get a win without your key players there. I mean, Martinelli was on the bench there as well, didn't start.
This game, Borja, to be perfectly honest, like I know City were missing Rodri, I know they're missing De Bruyne. They've got a bench and they've always had a complete squad from starting 11 to bench. Arsenal Football Club went in there without a starting centre midfielder in Thomas Partey. They went in there without Gabriel Martinelli on the front, and they went in there without Bukayo Saka as well. So we went in there with a weakened squad, Jorginho and Declan Rice in that double pivot. And what I What I can say is I know it's most people would say maybe not the best performance, blah blah blah. But if you got to understand this, everybody wants 6-0, 7-0, 7-3. They think it's a great performance. This was a chess game. This was two teams battling. And when you have a team like Manchester City who can hold on to the ball and break you down, not even able to create a chance, having Erling Haaland pick up the ball in the middle of the park. I don't know if you remember, there was another team who did that to him. And then struggling to get the ball into the opposition.
Good old Luke Shaw, mate. Put him in his pocket.
Yeah,
Saliba and Luke Shaw having a drink together, saying, "What's in your pocket?"
Literally controlling Erling Haaland, making him look like an absolute rat. Like he looked like absolute shit in this game. I give credit to my team because remember, the initial midfield was Jorginho and Declan Rice, and it wasn't doing too bad. Declan Rice actually saved a goal in this game. And then we're able to, second half, we injected with just one starting player in Gabriel Martinelli. And now Walker is looking like he's walking. The game changes. Gabriel Jesus is on the right-hand side.
The shits at the end.
Yeah, Gabriel Jesus has got on the right-hand side, and he's tearing up the right-hand side. So now we're fluent both ways. We've got Eddie Nketiah, a nothing striker, running around. Yes, we're down to pretty much 10 men with him, and we're still holding off City and creating chances. I look at that as who else has done that against City? To shut them down to one shot on target. One in the whole game.
None from Haaland.
None from Haaland. He was a speed hump to my friggin' freight train Saliba. Like literally tossed him out like a dirty rag.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then we make changes. Mikel Arteta decides, let's make some changes. Thomas Partey comes in. All of a sudden, Declan Rice can go forward. Partey goes forward. And the midfield just completely changes. And City don't know what to do. Pep is sitting there thinking, what do I do? And he had nothing. With all the money spent, the best team in Europe had no answer against Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal Football Club with injuries.
No,
Now,
Grealish. Hey, Grealish couldn't even get on.
And Jack,
And I think he could have come on and made a difference.
Jack would have made a massive difference in that game, and he wasn't there. He would have been huge because honestly, I'm starting to rate that player. Really rating.
And I think, look, the season overall, I'm really happy with how we're going at the moment. The City game, yeah, look, it was an ugly game, but a lot of the time, when two of those big teams who it was high stakes because we're both competing this season. No one wanted to lose. That fear of losing can inhibit your play. But we got a result. And I think that makes a huge difference. We got a result with guys like Nketiah in there who I don't rate. I don't rate Eddie.
Your Kai Havertz making an assist to get us that goal. In the end, Kai Havertz.
And I think, look, credit to Arteta for the subs. I think he got the subs right.
Spot on.
The timing of the subs as well.
Spot on.
Timing.
He reacted
subs,
to a lot of the stuff Pep done. Changed it up. So
positive. It was really positive. They're obviously the scenes at the end. There was a bit of argy-bargy.
Yeah,
Walker had the shits a bit, huh?
With who? With who? With the, like one of the medical staffs or someone else?
No, it was our set piece coach. I think Nicholas Jova, who used to be City's set-piece coach, on the way off as the players are going down the tunnel, went to shake his hand and Walker
waved him off.
Bobbed him off, and then he must have mouthed off, and it's all gone from there. But it's nice to see City a little bit rattled. It's nice to see that we were in their heads. Like that composure is what they're known for.
Cool.
It was good to see them rattled. Good.
Pep wasn't too happy about it when I asked him about it. He did his interview and he goes, I'm not going to say anything. They know how I feel. And I'm like, yeah, he's got the shit.
Pep has the shits, yeah. But guys, there's a player that, if his name was Xhaka or Casemiro, probably doesn't see the rest of the game.
Yes.
Old mate, Kovacic.
He looks like he's on crack.
Boys, now, red.
All
day.
First one
we're back here to VAR.
First
we're back.
was a straight red.
Straight red.
For me.
Straight red.
Yellow, okay.
But then
the second one, come on, you're taking the piss.
Did you see Howard's web breakdown of everything that's happened? How he tried to save it. The first, why wasn't it a red? Because his heel touches the floor first, and the contact was there. So it was. They tried to.
Stop.
You know, I think maybe Terry on the Football Terror said that if they played the audio from the VAR and the referee communicating, and they said that guys by section whatever 21 in the book that says if the heel has hit the ground first before his foot makes contact with the player, it's not a red card because the force is whatever it might be. If they said that as they were mic'd up, then what do you call it? Then You could
you'd
see it.
accept it. You'd accept it a
not
bit. Not
after
accept
the
it.
fact. Not
Yeah.
after the fact where it's kind of like, imagine you missed the Man United talk, the fantastic
Good-
Man
good
United
timing,
talk.
Emad.
Right. That went for a while too, man.
So, Emad, we're talking about your boy Bruno, how fantastic he is. Max Sauce.
Emad got pictures with McTominay and
Yeah, the guy,
signatures, everything. Had
Starboy,
drinks with him later
Starboy.
on. Yeah, Starboy, bro. Yeah.
But what's
Tom's had it with VAR, pros and cons, but it's gone. Get rid of it. Goal line technology can stay. Look,
yeah, it's this dodgy.
I just think
It's
with
been a
VAR,
farce.
I reckon it's you. Because let's be honest, a lot of the times you pause, like when they show just the thing before they're drawing your lines, we can determine, oh, yeah, it's pretty close, or it's offside, or it's not offside. Like, do it without the lines. Whatever you see with your eye, I reckon go by that. I reckon everything now they're going to the referee.
Until you don't
Everything.
get one, though, and then
Yeah.
the fans draw the lines, and if it's onside by a millimeter,
I think it comes. Look, I think the problem with VAR is you don't have enough experience there off the pitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ex-players would be perfect in VAR. Ex-players would have been perfect in VAR.
I just
But
think we need the audio. I just like the
But
audio.
did you see
The
the
Liverpool audio would have.
Did you see the? I think it was on Sky or whatever, where they had one of their ex-referees, is that Dermot Gallagher or someone else, and then he went off at, what do you call it? Who was, I can't remember who it was. The Arsenal player. Can't remember who it was. He goes about the whole ex-players, having ex-players on the thing.
Martin Keown?
No.
Manuel Petit.
No. I can't remember actually. Probably mistaken, but it was someone. And he goes, why don't we have these ex-players over there? He goes, because of this, because of whatever he said, just stop the game. Because you know when they said, oh, the bylaws and the laws of the thing against the Liverpool, they started again. Yeah, but he goes, why can't you just stop it? It's not going to kill anyone.
Yeah.
He goes, but it's not the rules. This is why we can't have ex-players. It's not the rules.
We got players on the pitch that are faking injuries. We stopped the game for 15 minutes or some
Yeah,
idiot
but
can roll around, but we
who
can't
cares?
stop it for an
You'd
important
rather
call.
get it for the correct decision. Say, oh, look, we've
Exactly.
played on. No, stop the game within the seconds. Because if you look at the audio, and like, yeah, you're sure they've kicked off. It's ball's gone out. And it's like, no, stop the game. We've made the wrong decision. Give it the goal.
That's
and
it.
I don't think anyone complains. Spurs can try and complain, but the goal's a goal. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And with the Kovacic one, all right, second one then. Second one's not a yellow. Straight, just send him.
If that was Granit Xhaka, the second one would have been a red. They would have just said he's a red. Just get off.
That's
That's
redded him for both challenges.
Yeah. All day.
Well, I think I've heard that they're getting rid of VAR in the A-League. So now we're going to see how it feels to go back to how it was. So now when you got the big calls and the referees don't call it, now again, it's going to be like
It's going to go down to the linesman, and it's going to go down to
Merson.
Paul Merson. Yeah,
I
that's
don't
right.
feel. I'm just trying to think back, but I don't ever remember there being this much scrutiny about. You used to scrutinize calls before VAR, but now everyone's scrutinizing calls and scrutinizing VAR. It's like adding a second layer of whinging on top. To me, it's just it's not helping.
Are they doing this on purpose just to get rid of VAR so they can go back to the good old days of what it was? Because to be honest, the good old days of what it was wasn't so good. It feels as if the referees and VAR are in
I don't know,
cahoots
bro.
where it's like,
Mkhitaryan's scorpion kick gets cancelled out. That was offside.
But the refs now, even like the linesmen aren't putting up the flags. The refs not making a call straight away because they're waiting for VAR. It's inhibiting the way that they're reffing.
They're reffing as well, yeah.
Like, it's
Don't call it if I get it wrong, they'll tell me the right answer.
Yeah.
I reckon if the referee doesn't make a call or whatever, and it's like, you know what kills me as well? It's like we'll go back to the on-field decision because it's not clear and obvious. We'll stick with the on-field decision. It shouldn't be that. What's clear and obvious?
But if they've been reluctant to make the on-field decision because they're waiting for
VAR,
so now
then that is not.
Now
There
it's
you
a flip
go.
of a coin.
Exactly right. Well, oh my God, we came back to talking about VAR. But
Okay,
boys, let's go. Let's go.
back to
Like,
Arsenal.
all right, we agree that should have been a red, but at the moment, you're Arsenal. You guys are happy. Anything that you think you might change? Anything? Obviously, there's one forward, one striker who's suspended at the moment because he's putting bets on TAB of him scoring.
Yeah, bro.
My
guy.
Looks like there's interest with Arsenal
60
going there,
million,
60 million.
My guy.
That's all right. Give the cash. Is that someone that maybe gives you that extra push that you probably needed last January?
Steve can answer this one. This is Steve.
He's Starboy.
All day. Should have come in instead of Jesus. I'm not knocking Jesus. I think he's a great player, but Ivan Toney would have been better.
Bring Jesus.
Bring
Let's
Ivan.
sell Eddie to Crystal Palace.
Well, why don't you?
Roy Hodgson,
Why don't you do like a 40 million and Nketiah as well?
all day.
Mate, I'll give him 60 million and Nketiah.
Or-
I'll pay them to take Eddie.
No. I want money for Eddie. I want at
You
least
just want that shirt vacant.
I just want number 14 free. Don't even give it to Ivan Toney. Leave the number 14.
retire the number.
100%.
Retire the number. Ivan Toney, Arsenal, striker, Jesus.
What
there
else do you
as
reckon
well.
you need, Steve?
I'll be honest with you. I would like, I know this is probably asking for a lot, but I would like another defensive player. I'd like another left back.
Where's your boy Tillemans, mate? He's gone. We haven't seen him. We haven't heard from him.
Tillemans,
Crazy, eh?
unfortunately.
Done.
Crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And Didi's still doing all right in the championship.
Yeah.
That's another, shout. You never know. They're coming first. He's doing well.
Quality.
Yeah, look, I'm not too worried about the squad, though. I feel we've...
a striker, though. Come on, Ivan Toney in that squad.
If we
Ivan
get
Toney's
Ivan
quality,
Toney,
mate.
I'm not going to ask
Yeah.
so much more because obviously it's not Chelsea. Like, we're not Chelsea Football Club. We're not going to sign 48 players and only
Yeah.
register 23. Like, Ivan Toney comes in. That's a quality signing that improves our starting 11.
Yeah.
You've then got Gabby Jesus as your backup striker, and then Eddie Nketiah as his backup striker.
Five for your positions, boys. Five for your positions, boys.
I'm content with that. That's what I want. Like, that signing
Snake.
does it for me.
I think it's a bat.
Just
I think there was just a bat at the door there. Batistuta.
anyone who's been watching this stream, we're in Australia and we've got wildlife at the door.
Well, the only thing I want to ask you
Yo.
on Arsenal, we obviously had the Ramsdale Raya situation.
I was going to get into that, but go for it. Yes.
No number one
Raya
keeper, mate.
now, the last couple of games to me, it's looked shaky. Has not filled me with great confidence. I remember those first couple of games he came in.
Look good.
I was like, this guy's it. Like, this is the number one.
You got saved by Declan Rice against City.
I'm kind of thinking, and Mikel Arteta, when he doesn't like you, we've seen this. If he doesn't like you, you're done. If he's replaced you, you're done. Like, I think you got to go to Ramsdale now.
I think it's a good call. I think Raya is maybe stumbling a bit. Ramsdale is sitting there right now saying, look, I've made my mistakes. You can see Raya's making mistakes. It's like, look, but if I wasn't good enough and I made my mistakes, he's making his. Maybe it's time to say to Raya, look, you had your opportunity. Ramsdale's coming back in again. You guys fight for the position.
But how many times do you do that? He's made a mistake, take him off. You've made a mistake.
No.
And then it becomes
Raya
like there's no
has made-
consistency. And it's
not
not.
understandably, but Raya has made a few
Have
now.
you lost when Ray has played?
Huh? No, look, we haven't lost anything.
Have you lost when Ramsdale has played?
We're
This season?
invincible,
Yeah,
man.
it's true.
You and Spurs.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's tough. It's a tough one. It is. Look, that's why we're not the gaffer, and he has to make those.
I
big
reckon
calls. Yeah,
you come back out of this international break, probably Raya does play,
he will.
and then he probably gives Ramsdale the Champions League game the same week. And then he probably keeps one key. And then if, let's say, for example, you guys lost to a fucking camera accessory lens the other day. Well, we lost as well, so don't worry.
He can't talk much. Galasta.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if you guys are comfortable and through, then you use one keeper in the Champions League and you mix it up a little bit with all the rest of the cups that are coming through as well now. You guys still in the cups? You won your Carabao Cup game?
we're all in
I
cups.
want everything.
You won everything so far?
I want
No,
four.
you won. I said, did you guys won it?
Oh, yeah,
You
no,
won
we're
it.
still in
Who do you guys
cups.
got? We got West Ham, right? You guys got West Ham?
Next match, yeah, I think so. I think it's
Carabao Cup, though.
up to-
Yeah.
Is
Not
it?
sure, I can't remember.
London Stadium.
London,
Oh,
that's
London
right.
Stadium. That's right.
Yeah, they're not doing too bad, West Ham as well.
The result they got they got a decent result
Big
against
result. Newcastle
against the PSG killers.
PSG killers, mate.
Parlez-vous français? Yes, sir, monsieur. Watch this, bruh.
Yeah. But
We're
boys,
here.
you guys are happy at Arsenal at the moment going into this international break. At the moment, you can't really no
We needed
transfer
this
window.
break.
Needed.
We
You
needed-
guys needed it.
We need it.
Fuck.
We
I
needed
don't
it.
want it to come now. It's just
No.
You know
I
what
wanted
we
it.
need?
I
We
wanted it.
needed like another World Cup to be just stop the Premier League World Cup, have a month off, rest all the players, get Sancho ready.
Only when he says
Sancho,
sorry.
yeah, when he says sorry, he needs to say sorry. But look, guys, I think we might start wrapping it up there. We'll see. We'll see if we're back next week. Oh no, it's international break. Got nothing for you.
No,
See you
what are
later.
we gonna talk
See you
about? Like,
later.
what are we
What
gonna
are we
talk
talking about?
Like, you know,
There-
we'll do
there's-
a stream and
There's
just chat shit.
KSI versus Tommy Fury, Logan Paul versus fucking Dylan Dennis. If he shows up,
Yeah.
You-
Dylan
bit of-
Dennis will rock up.
rock up. He needs the money. He needs the
Who
cash.
do you want to win? I don't want Logan Paul to win. I can't stand Logan or Jake Paul. Can't stand KSI either. Get Prime out of my club, mate.
Oh yeah,
The only
prime's not
prime
good,
I
mate.
want is prime Kai Havertz.
Prime loans. The only prime that you want
Prime
is
loans.
prime
Prime
loans,
loans,
right.
guys. Get in there.
Get your loans in with Prime Loans.
That's
Rami, the man, the,
The
myth, the legend.
machine. And we're crossing live now for the new finance reports. But yeah, look, guys. Once again, thanks, boys. The Aussie Gooner showing up.
Pleasure.
Steve-O in the building again, and the new boy, the new star boy on loan,
Short-term loan.
short-term loan.
I'm
Yeah,
getting too old,
every
mate.
month,
I've had
once a
hot
month.
chocolate and a nut by now.
Once a month. We'll see. He's on the Chelsea contract over here now. We'll see what happens. But guys, like always, please like, share, leave all your comments down below, and we'll catch you next time. See you later.
Guru, guys.